Hi, hello, welcome to the start of another vlog. Whoa, if you are new here, my name is Courtney. I am a Gen X stay-at-home mom and housewife and aspiring author. And it is actually Wednesday when I'm starting this vlog. I meant to start it yesterday, and I kept forgetting to pick up the camera, so here we are. I actually just pulled into the parking lot. I have therapy in about 15 minutes, so I am making a quick holy shit, I don't know what that was. A quick list of things that I still have to do this week and things that I am checking off the things that I've already done this week. Yesterday was our kid's first day of second grade, so big excitement in the house for that. He had a fantastic day at school yesterday. He didn't have school today, like for the younger kids, they like phase them in. So yesterday was the first half of the alphabet, today is the second half of the alphabet, and then for the rest of the week they'll all go together. So other than that, yeah, struggling with my writing. What else is new? And that is about it. So I'm going to see what fell out of my wallet, and then go into therapy. So I am on my way to, sorry, that is not what I wanted to do. I'm on my way to meet one of my daughters and have a pedicure. I haven't decided if I'm going to get my nails done as well, or even if they like have the space or time or whatever availability to do them. I did like totally forgot. So we are well, I spent like some of the day doing stuff around the house, but I also did manage to get some writing done. So, and it's weird because the first book that I wrote pretty much came to me as like an idea, and then I had to, I'm sorry if I'm like sniffling, my allergies are bad today. And then I sort of had to work on like outlining and like thinking of specific scenes, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And this book is really, I mean, I did have a premise for the book, which it's a romance, I think I said that, and it has like a fake dating trope, which is one of my favorites, and yeah, so I knew that I had this idea of having like a fake dating trope, and what I was trying to do with it was to see if I could develop that trope for characters who are my age, which is in their late 40s, and like what would the reasons be that at this stage in my life I would feel the need to like have a fake boyfriend. And so it was really fun kind of brainstorming what that scenario might be. And then I watched this video by Michelle Schusterman, and I will link it below. But it was a video about writing a book with like different points of view. And so in the video she kind of goes through this exercise where she brainstorms this idea, and in her video it's a mystery that takes place like in a cul-de-sac, and I think it has like 5 POV characters, and it's a really great video. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. And even though I don't have that many POV characters, it really gave a lot of advice on sort of developing like that story. And I think she goes through this thing where you ask yourself like what the characters want is, what the characters need is, what their personality is, and it's not really how, like, it's the personality that you kind of present to the world, and that doesn't necessarily always mean like what your actual personality is. And then what is the character's motive or motivation? Hers is both, because she was kind of brainstorming a thriller, so there is a motive for whatever crime happens, but also motivations for the other characters, and that really helped me. And then she talks about like plotting out the timeline, especially because this idea was for like a mystery, and you sort of need the outline of what actually, or the timeline for what is actually happening, as well as the timeline for like the backstory that sort of adds to the motive and motivations of the characters, which is what I worked on yesterday with my 2 main characters. And that working on that gave me some ideas for some really great scenes. And I think that I had mentioned that I had written like 2,000 words of the new book, and I went and I reread them last night, and they weren't bad, but it also is not how I want the story to start. So then today I wrote or started the story from the beginning after kind of doing some of those exercises and brainstorming some scenes. I'm still working on like the outline for the story, but I did have an idea of how I wanted to start the book and sort of introduce the female main characters. So I did that today, and I wrote another 2,000 words. So I'll probably end up throwing that first 2,000 words out. But yeah, it was a really productive day. So productive, in fact, that I had said that I was going, like I usually, our son gets out of school at 4 o'clock. So I usually leave to pick him up around 3:40. And it's 4:30 now, and our appointment's at 4:45. But I had said like, oh, I'll stop writing at like 2:45 or 3 and kind of do my hair and kind of throw on some makeup so I can go meet Skylar at the nail salon. And then my husband was like, oh, I'll go pick Ro up from school, mainly because it's Friday and he's kind of his schedule wasn't really very hectic at work this afternoon. Well, I know one of his meetings got completely canceled, but and so he's like completely remote now, and he was just kind of tired of being at his desk. And he's like, oh, I'll go pick Rowan up. And he left to pick Rowan up, and I kept working, which means my hair looks a mess. I have no makeup on, but it's time to meet my daughter. Fierceness, like, oh, that's not. I have book club tomorrow, and we are reading, is it upside down? It is upside down. We read The Change by Kirsten Miller, which was actually my pick. I think I read it either in May or June and really enjoyed it. It seems like enjoy seems like kind of an odd word for this kind of book. It's really about these three women who sort of forge this friendship and sisterhood. They are all in their late 40s, 50s ish. So the title, The Change, kind of is referring to that in a lot of ways. And it's a little bit witchy. It is like a thriller. They live in this kind of beach town that's like Hamptons like. And one of the women hears voices from the dead, and they discover that someone has been killing young women in their area and dropping their bodies off in the ocean. Um, and so I am going back and kind of highlighting some things that struck me the first time that I read it. I hadn't planned on doing like a complete read through, and I'm not sure. I mean, book club's tomorrow, and this is I meant reread, not read through. Yeah, it's 470 pages, so it's not a short book. But yeah, I did want to make some notes. I'm super excited because I just got these 2 packages from Amazon. They are books that I ordered. Okay, the first one is Naughty Words for Nice Authors, a romance novel, Thesaurus. Then I also got the Emotion Thesaurus, which I'm super excited about. I got Outlining Your Novel and Creating Character Arcs. So I've had all 4 of these books like on my to buy list, and I got a little bit. My birthday is on the 30th, and I got some birthday money already from my in-laws. So I treated myself to these 4 books.